Okay, today we have a 2024 Beneteau Antares 11 Coupé. Is this the Renault 5 of boats? Because Renaults are French, aren't they, Dan?
They are.
Have you seen one of those new Renault 5s? They look quite trendy, don't they? So we're going to do a full review, as usual. We're going to do full costs. We're going to have all the normal junk that we put in the videos that make it a bit more interesting and have a laugh, because that's what it's all about. But I must say I was quite surprised by this boat because it offers a lot of bang for the buck. Now, two other quick things. It's freezing. It's 0 degrees today in Essex. That's why I've got the silly hat on. Are you cold, Dan? It's absolutely freezing. And the second thing is, some people don't know my name. So I noticed that in some of the videos I go, who is this plonker, etc. Well, my name is James from boats.co.uk and we are reviewing the Beneteau. So there's a couple of nice features on this boat, from the outside that is. The first is it's got the new blade windows, which is quite nice. But what Beneteau do, they're quite crafty. The glass ends there, have you seen it, Dan? Yeah. Then they put a sticker. Oh. Have you seen that? That's a sticker. And then the other bit of glass here. But the reason it's clever is because it keeps the price down, because this boat is $239,950, which is the deposit on like a Fairline. So, you know, it's a lot of boat for the money, but that's the things they do to cut corners and save money. It doesn't make a big difference, it still looks good, doesn't it? But when you look close, it's a sticker and glass. The other thing it's got is a balcony, which I'll demonstrate shortly. If we look underneath, Dan, we've got a deep V with the normal chines, and this boat's fitted with the twin 300 V8 Mercury outboards, which I must say, well, they're massive. Look, I'm 6 foot tall. Look, they must be 7.5 feet tall, but they're also really quiet, really fast, and really juicy. They are juicy, aren't they? But they go really well. And these are all the fenders that come with a boat. That's nice, isn't it? So let's jump on board and do the rest of the review. So onto the transom of the Beneteau Antares 11. Obviously, the outboards do get in the way of having a high-low platform. I have seen some manufacturers put a high-low platform behind the engines, but it looks a bit clumsy. But like I say, lovely engines. This boat was in Scotland, and that's why it's got the canvas pack, which is a really nice addition. I must just say, this is one of the last boats that Stan Prosser, rest his soul, sold in 2024 before he passed away earlier this year. So this video is in dedication of Stan Prosser, because he was a good laugh, wasn't he, Dan? And unfortunately, he left us too early. Bearing in mind this is a 37-foot boat, the cockpit's quite nice. You can see the seat slides backwards and forwards. I don't know how useful that is, to be honest with you. Now that noise you can hear is the heating, which actually is quite noisy, isn't it? It's got Eberspacher heating, but we're leaving it on because it's so cold, and when we do the review inside, we want to be nice and warm. So you've got L-shaped seating, which is all well and good. You've got a cockpit table, and again, this is plastic. It's GRP because obviously teak costs more. But then this boat's got this nice little balcony, and the switch is here, Dan. And I thought if I pressed that way, it'd go down, but actually you've got to press down to go down. And we'll speed this bit up. So, it's a pretty small balcony. You can see I take up most of it, don't I? You've got little ropes here, safety ropes. The hydraulic ram is there. It's all very functional. You can see it's built to a price. It does the job. I mean, the thing is, I've been sport with those Fairline Targa 40 balconies. Have you seen them? It's like a work of art, isn't it? But we must remember this boat is £239,000, and that includes the whole boat and the engines and everything. So it is a lot of boat for the money, and it is 2024. By the way, this boat is designed as a weekender. So you'd go out with your missus on a Friday night, Dan, stay on board Friday and Saturday, and then you come back on a Sunday. Nice little feature up here. It's got like a slatted retractable roof, which is really good for the UK to keep the rain off, and it's good for the Med to keep the sun off. So into the saloon, we've got a nice anodized black 4-piece door. which opens up to a very generous saloon for a boat of this size, 37 feet. The seats there look a little bit short in the leg. That looks like more of a perch to me. Yeah, you wouldn't want to sit there for too long, would you? But it does the job, and it is a small boat. And then I better take my shoes off. Oh, Dan, have I got a treat for you?
What you got on?
Well, come inside, I'll show you. I met this lovely guy at the boat show, and he got me the Loch Ness Monster socks.
Ooh.
This is the first time wearing them, so these are new to the YouTube channel. And I think, bearing in mind that Stan Prosser supplied this boat in Scotland, I'm going to dedicate these Loch Ness Monster socks to Stan as well. So we've got like a walnut satin finish, which is absolutely fine. A little bit caravan-y, if I'm honest. Would you agree, Dan? A little bit caravan-y. You know, I can tell the veneers are just ironed on. But it's, I've got to, by the way, this is not a hatchet job on Beneteau or Renault. I've got to just tell you the differences, because we own this. So we want someone to buy it. Yep. But we're just explaining the differences about why this is 240 grand and not 800,000. Nice little scatter cushions, they're all included. There's the Webasto controller. We've got high level cupboards, which I've got the same switches that everyone's got. We've also got, while we're up here, Dan, we've got some sunroofs here, which are really nice with blinds, which work well. We've got an aft galley with sink, hob, and we've got some cupboards here with a fridge and other bits and pieces. The table also, Dan, slides, which I quite like. And that goes up and down, and that will make into another berth. And here, this boat also has the optional Panda generator, which gives you loads of power when you're at anchor. So all in all, and look, I'm 6'1", it's quite a nice space, it's plenty of space. So I would say the saloon is good. So we're at the Helm, and I must say the field of vision is absolutely wonderful. Can you see, Dan? We've got the curved windscreen. I can see everything. I can see the side decks, the foredeck. We've got the best ever shout window ever. It's basically a huge door, which is amazing in a boat this size. I really do like this. So we're going to test it out. Oi, get the fenders in! And also, we've got a nice little diddy-widdy boarding gate here. I think that's for the Americans, isn't it? The Americans like standing on their pontoons down there. And maybe in the UK, if you've got a finger berth. We're going to shut that because it's really cold. And then, Dan, if you come over my shoulder, we're going to just explain the dashboard. So we've got the Simrad plotter here, which is pretty much everything. It will do your hours, your controllers, for everything, your engine data. We've got the joystick option, which is quite an expensive option. And also, unusually, this one's got the zip wake trim tabs, which means that it will control the roll of the boat and the pitch of the boat. So you can use it for water skiing and stuff, and the kneeboarding. Not in this weather. We've got a bow thruster, we've got fusion music, and we've got all the normal controls. These Mercury controls are really expensive to touch. They have just got a really nice finish on them. They're probably expensive to touch because they are quite expensive. Steering wheel's all good. I've got a little footrest down here, Dan, which is nice. The seat is a little bit puny, I must admit. I'd want a little bit more bulk. I mean, I'm a big lad, but it certainly does the job. But the key here, VHF's up here, as you can see. The key here is look at that visibility. That is the key selling point here. So if you're buying this for your first family boat, this is a winner. So down here we've got 2 cabins and we've got a bathroom. Now, the first thing I noticed, come down, we've got this little area to starboard, which is really strange. It's kind of under the dash, but you have got an extra fridge and you have got some kind of storage space. In there is access to systems, I won't show you. And then you've got a full-length mirror here. It's just a funny quirk. I don't know, would you have another, you wouldn't have 2 toilets, would you? Because
No.
you've got one here.
Maybe a door.
Maybe a door. Right, further forward, coming to the master, we have a big double bed in here.
The twin bed?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, might as well. It's a bed.
How comfy is it?
Average. little blind. We've got walnut, veneer, got lots of glass. We've got a wardrobe there. What's this over here? We've got these leather door handles, which are quite nice. There's some more storage in there. Carpet's really nice. And we've got a little door here to the Jack and Jill, which leads you into the heads. It's cold, hurry up. This toilet is cold. So I'm in the heads. We've got a little diddy sink, we've got a little diddy shower, and we've got a little toilet with a little door that goes into the master. Now if I stand up, I can actually stand up. I can get in the shower. This door's funny because that is that door and there's another shower door here. I mean, I don't think it passes the floss test. I've got to be honest with you. I haven't got a towel to show you, but it doesn't pass. But look, this boat is only 37 feet. Lots of storage. It's very basic. It's basic, isn't it, Dan? It is. What's that face mean? It's basic. But it does the job. It does the job. So let's go and see the other cabin. Before we go into the back cabin, it took Dan and I 15 minutes to find the battery switches. But they're all under there, and it's got a nice light as well. So actually, I quite like that. It's a tick. Okay, into the aft cabin. This is, you need to be a bit of a contortionist, I'll be honest. But in here, there is, if you ever stick the camera around the corner down, in here, there is a double berth with loads of cushions, which is obviously for the bow. We've got some storage, we've got some plug sockets, we've got little diddy seat, got a little diddy wardrobe. If your kids, I would say, what do you reckon, 12 and under? You'd put 2 kids in here. Remember, you have got the saloon if you want to put more people in. This boat is a weekender. It's a Friday, Saturday night. You wouldn't want to be on it for a week or more. It's definitely comfortable for a good weekend. But it is actually really nicely laid out in here. It's got lots of cubby holes for space. See the cubby holes down? Look at the cubby holes here, so you can put your phones and clothes and stuff in there. So yeah, all good. So one thing I want to show you is the foredeck, because it's got nice wide walkways for a boat of this size. So if we go up the front, Dan, and then we've got this sunbathing area, which has got a little pram hood, the electric windlass, and the guardrails. And you can see the sunroof from here as well, down with the radar. What's happened to that VHF aerial, Dan? I think we'll have to fix that, son.
Well, it's the minimum.
But it's all good. It's a lovely space, curved windscreen, sunbathing area. You can see why they sell a lot of these, because there's a lot of bang for your buck, or for your franc. Right, so let's go straight into the cost. Section 1, buying the boat. This boat is £239,950, including UK VAT. It's VAT paid, it's not reclaimable. These cost about £300,000 new. It's a 24 model, it's just over a year old. It's a nice saving. By the way, we own the boat, so we can take part exchanges, and we'll take boats, cars, motorbikes, camper vans, and I've taken some houses as well, haven't we? We'll take watches as well. Deposit 30% if you finance it is 71,985. The finance advance would be 167,965. The payment per month would be about £1,652. That's a repayment mortgage. That's interest on top of the capital, so you own it at the end. That's based on 8.93% APR, which is the current mortgage rate from the marine banks. So the finance cost per annum is £19,824. Section 2, fuel. Now this boat will go quick. What do you reckon, Dan? 35? Might be do 40. 40, it's fast. It's got a lot of power. But we've done the fuel figures at 25 knots. The fuel burn, this is the maximum fuel burn, is 110 litres. But Dan and I were just talking about this. They fit these same engines on the Parker Sorrento. And if you trim it correctly and you don't give it too much power at that speed, you can get it to about 70 or 80 litres per hour. But anyway, for the purposes of 110 litres, which is the worst case scenario, and with a petrol fuel price of £1.75 per litre, November 25, the cost per hour is £192 for both engines. But remember, you have done 25 nautical miles. And down across that field over there is France, isn't it? And France is about 40 miles away. So we can get to France for about 200 quid. Yes. So put it in those ways, in that perspective, it's not too bad. If you do the average UK and European boater's hours of 50 hours a year, you'll be using a roughly £9,600 worth of petrol per year. Obviously, if you're just going around the corner to an anchorage, putting the anchor down and staying on it all day and sunbathing, you won't use anything like that. Right, section 3, fixed costs. Berth is about £7,000 for a UK berth per annum. Servicing £2,000, that's for both the engines. Maintenance, anti-foul, anodes, £1,000 a year. Insurance, £2,500 per annum. Total fixed costs of 12.5 grand. Section 4, variable costs. Depreciation. Well, I don't actually, well, I could look it up. I don't know what this person paid for it new, but it obviously the old price in 24 wasn't 300, so it might have been like 280. I would guesstimate at about £20,000 depreciation in the next year. So similar to a car. Fuel, we've done that, it's 9,625. Finance is about 19,800, including the capital. So your variable costs are about £49,425. Okay, these are my personal views, JB's measure of pleasure. Accommodation, well, you've got 2 cabins, 1 heads and another berth here, so 8 out of 10. Style, I think it's quite a good looking boat, certainly quite striking with the blade windows. Fun, well, with those twin 300s, it's going to be a riot. This is like a ski boat on steroids, and it's an overnighter, so I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 for fun. Running costs are reasonable, so 8 out of 10. Obviously, the price of the boat is fantastic. Quality, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I'm taking it in context of the competition. Obviously, it's not a Fairline Princess or Sunseeker or a San Lorenzo, but for the money, I think the quality is absolutely fine. Which gives a total of 43 out of 50, which is 86%. Now, before we go, there's 2 things I just want to quickly talk about. The first thing is, if you're enjoying the channel, press the subscribe button and the thumbs up, because that gives us lots of brownie points. And the second thing is, obviously this boat is for sale. It's on our website, boats.co.uk, as I said earlier. And we're based near London in the UK, and we can take you out in this boat and you can play around with it, etc. But we're just going to go back to the question I asked at the beginning. Obviously, the new Renault 5, I think looks pretty good, doesn't it, Dan? Yeah. It's probably our generation, you know. And the new electric ones come out, and I think it looks really good. And I think actually this could be the Renault 5 of the water, because in boat terms, 240,000 is not a lot of money for a nearly new boat. It's really good for the family of 4, I'd say, would be really comfortable on here. A great first boat to have, because you've got new engines under warranty, you've got new electronics, and this is a great stepping stone to bigger cruisers in the future if you're enjoying it. And remember, my advice, if you've seen some of my other videos, is if you want to get boating, just get on the water with anything within your budget, get out there, start having fun, because time flies, and as we all know, you've just got to get out there and enjoy yourself, and you won't have more fun ever than a boat. Is that right, Dan?
True, very true.
Yeah. So, see you on the next one. Clear off. He always gate crashes our films, doesn't he, Dan? I mean, why is he unloading? Right. Can you get that noisy machine away? We're only doing this for 5 minutes. We're busy, bud. Can you just like fuck off for like 10 minutes? I've come over here to fuck him off, and he's got me loading up a forklift with old broken drawers.